Hello and welcome back. I'm Sandy with Sandy's Organized Chaos, and it's vlog day. So happy to see every single one of you. All right, so last weekend I got started on my 50K subscriber tumbler, like my own personal plaque. So I'm gonna kind of get that finished up with you guys today. There's not too much more I gotta do. I wanna add some personalization, and I want to add some drips to it. That's pretty much all I want to do. So we got that going for us today. But I also want to show you guys some things that I purchased. I purchased some tumblers from the Stainless Depot company. I want to show you those to you guys because it's kind of new items. They got like the Stanley dupes now, and there's a couple other things I wanted to show you guys too. So I'm going to show you guys that stuff here in a second. And I do have my tumbler from Friday, my tutorial. So happy that you guys enjoyed that. I really loved how that turned out too. I was so happy, I'm not gonna lie guys, like I was scared that I wasn't gonna be able to find like maps because I didn't think that they existed anymore. I don't know about you. I didn't know if paper maps actually existed anymore, but if you go to your local city hall or anything like that, or any welcoming center when you first enter a state, they have maps. Or if you get a brochure from one of your favorite places you like to go, so most of the time they'll have a map of the park that you guys can use and all that. So it's just, I think, a great fun way to kind of remember a fun trip that you had. I mean, you could even print out photos, and have it on paper and stick it on there, kind of like almost like a junk journal in a way. That's the stuff that we use there. But yeah, lots of fun. So many different ways you could decorate these, but I have that. All right, let me go ahead and get this box open. All right, so I see the straws already. I got all the colors that she had, and of course I got a couple other things, but these are the straws. So they're turned and they have the silicone mouthpiece, so it's not the metal, so, and they're turned so you can drink it better. I can't remember what else I got. But I'm gonna I'll pull out the mint color one. I got the mint, black, and the white, but they're all the same, just different colors. So here's the box. That's what the box looks like. Okay, let me pull it out of that. Then when you pull it out of the box, it's gonna look like this. That's how it's gonna look. It's gonna come in this packaging. Now, when I would sell tumblers, I always kept these boxes and I would put everything back into it. Or she does sell, let me grab it, prettier, fancier boxes. So if you don't want to put it back into the hog box per se, you want it a little bit nicer, you can purchase, she has 20 ounce tumbler boxes and 30 ounce tumbler boxes. So those are available at the Stainless Depot company, which is Hog brand. But anyways, I would just put my stuff back into the boxes, use the, wrap it up pretty, put it back in the bubble wrap. It already has everything, so which is nice. Anyways, so this is what her dupes look like. Oh, it comes with a rubber piece to put on the bottom, I guess. You could give that to your customers and they could decide if they want to do that. Or if you're just purchasing this for yourself just to drink, you can put it on the bottom for yourself. I mean, it doesn't really matter, so it comes with that little extra piece. This is how the lid looks. Let me see how to, okay. Hold on. Okay, so the lid works like this. I've never seen a lid like this. It's kind of different. It's a silicone lid. See, silicone. So it kind of pushes down into it to seal it. I wonder if that's waterproof, because after you press it down, it's like pretty, I wonder if that's waterproof. We'll have to check that. We'll see. But you pull it up and you twist it out of your way. So that way you can get to that. Probably remove that so that way it can be properly washed and all that too. So, all right, so that's how the lid looks. We'll have to test it to see if it's waterproof, because I'll tell you, I don't know. Seems like it would be. So here's the underside. Yeah, you can definitely pull that out. I think it's just like a plug, push it out so that way you can wash it properly. But yeah, it's silicone, it just swivels out of the way. Oh, okay. So on the inside, this is what the inside looks like. That's what the handle looks like. Kind of give you guys a slow look at it. That's what the handle looks like. Okay. On the inside, there's stickers. Either it's a sticker, it might be a sticker, but it tells you how to remove the handle. The handles do come off, and there's instructions on how, there we go. on how to remove the handle. So let me just look. This piece right here, this whole piece is gonna come off. Okay, so let me get that off. So I don't know if you can see in there, I pried it up just a little bit. There's this little tab and you have to pop that out to get it out. So let me finish popping that out. Oh, okay. So it's gonna pop. You're gonna think you broke it, but you didn't, all right? I thought I broke it. And then it just slides out. Okay, so there we go. And there's the screw right there at the top that you take off. So let's go ahead and, we'll just go ahead and do it. It takes a star-headed Phillips, I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I gotta unscrew that. Okay, you already see the handle coming off. Lord, there we go. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so this piece stays. It's gonna stay permanently attached, and then you can go ahead and decorate up your tumbler however you want. And then we're just gonna, all you gotta do is just reattach it, get it back on there. Of course, when you go to put it back on there, I'd glue it. I'd glue it down really good. I'd use the E6, whatever, the E stuff, something like that, so that it adheres really well. Some type of silicone maybe, so that way you can attach that back. And then if you want to, I mean, you could do the handle as well or leave the handle as it is. I mean, it's completely up to you guys, but the option to take the handle off so you don't have to do anything to it is pretty amazing. So you don't have to epoxy the handle. You don't have to, you know, decorate the handle if you don't want to. So now I'm just gonna put this back together. If I can get it back together. It's a little tricky. Everything's gotta kind of slide just right. There we go. And then just press it. And again, too, if you weren't going to do anything with the handle, I would definitely possibly glue that down as well, so that way the customer wouldn't accidentally get it off or whatever. So I would do that as well and be nice and sturdy. But that's oh, let me put the thing in. So it has a little straw, comes with all this, and I can't remember how much it was. Let me look. Of course it doesn't say on the receipt. Anyways, I think it was about $7, $8 for all this. So you get all this, the instructions, you know, that's not bad. Not bad at all. All right, I got some water in. You know, one thing I forgot to mention is when you go to take this off, to take the handle off, if you don't plan on like covering it with anything, just be gentle so that we don't accidentally hurt your plastic down there. Okay, forgot to say that. So this is full of water. You see it? Okay. Let's see. Let's do it over my rug, I guess. Everything's pushed down nice and tight. All right, let's take a look. It's bare minimum. It's just a couple drips, but not bad. Yeah. Had a few drips around here, but I mean, if you accidentally tip it over, it's obviously gonna be a lot better than like spilling all over the place. But it's not 100%, but it's pretty good. I would feel comfortable putting that into my purse or, you know, a large tote or whatever and carrying that. And if it accidentally tipped, I think it'd be okay. Another thing I purchased was the coffee caddy. So again, this is what the box looks like. Also, guys, I can't stress this enough. I'm not an affiliate with the Stanley Steeple Company. I just have used their products pretty much the entirety of my Tumbler career. I did use Arctic for a little bit and Ozarks when I first started, and Arctic used to sell in bulk. They don't do that anymore. So then I stopped using that because I think Arctic and Yeti actually were starting to have an issue with tumbler makers jazzing up the tumblers and then reselling it. So anyways, so then I moved on to the Stainless Depot Company after that. And I think Irene had just started out when I started using her. So I've been with her since she pretty much opened shop. So That's the only reason why I use it, and that's why I'm showing you guys. Anyways, moving on. I don't make any money off this. I'm just showing you guys. Okay. This is a 32 ounce coffee caddy, like I said. So this is how it comes. Again, almost all of the tumblers come wrapped, so you can reuse stuff, which is nice. Kind of saves you some money on all that. So this is, okay, so this is what the outside looks like, okay? Looks like a regular curved tumbler. And it has a flip top here, so you can put a straw. That's probably what that other straw was. Anyways, a straw can go in there if you just want to use it as a drink, or a flip top if you want to sip out of it. But the whole purpose of this is you can take your drinks that you get from Starbucks and all that. I go to McDonald's. I like McDonald's. You can get the plastic cups on the go, and instead of like washing out your cup and all that, you just stick your plastic cup in there, and it has this little seal thing that your customers can put around the outside. So this is like on the go type thing. So they have a cute thing to hold their coffee cup in, their plastic coffee. We go to Wawa, you know, get our coffees and all that. But they slide the coffee right down in there, and it's gonna keep it hot or cold for them. And then they can just either take off this rubber piece and rinse it out and put their water in it, or keep it like this and just, you know, put their fountain drinks into it with the container. So you just put I don't have anything with me, or I'd show you. But anyways, I'll put the links to the stuff down in the description box if you guys want to check it out a little bit more. But that's the coffee caddy. Now this I bought a while ago, so, and I honestly don't know what to do with it, but I recently seen something that other people are doing, and I want to show you guys. This is where you get it from. So let me grab it. This big old guy. He's been sitting in my cabinet. Don't know what to do with him. This is a 64 ounce pitcher. Look how big it is. It's so big. So I've been seeing people take these and make them into like gag tumblers, or you know, like big beer steins, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that, just funny type stuff. So I gotta put this box down here, it's too big. So again, it comes like this, wrapped in plastic. But obviously you can use it for what it's meant to be used for. You know, use it for, it's a pitcher. So you put your iced tea in there and you can keep it out. It has a slider lid, which is nice. So that way bugs don't get in it if you're outside with it, camping or whatever. But like I said, I've been seeing people take them. Let me get the lid up. I can't remember. It's screw top lid. And using it like a big old coffee cup. It looks like a football cup with a handle. That's pretty crazy. Oh, that'd be a cute design for like sports themed stuff. So like make it into a football. Oh, all right. Make it into a football and have it out at your sports parties and stuff. That's cute. But yeah, so that's where you can get that, is at the Stanley Steeple Company. Either use it as intended as a pitcher, or have it make a funny cup for somebody, I guess. But you gotta figure out how to get it onto your turner. That's another thing I've been trying to figure out. That's why I haven't done anything with it yet. Got the big old 64 ounce tumbler, okay? The coffee caddy. Got the coffee caddy. And the quote-unquote Stanley dupe. Okay, so I'll put all that stuff in the description box for you guys. And of course there was other things I bought, but just like basic stuff that I needed to restock on, obviously. And I have a ton of sublimation stuff sitting over there. We're gonna need to get back into our sublimation stuff. I know some of you are like, no, I know. Okay, I felt the same, but it's actually really fun. Okay, and there's lots of other things you can do. You don't have to do tumblers. I mean, there's other things you can do too that she offers, like Christmas ornaments, and what else does she have out there? Candles and all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna have to do at least one vlog of just doing that kind of stuff again, okay? Also with that Stanley dupe one, she is gonna be coming out with more colors besides the teal, black and white, which have that powder coating on it and only a little bit of the silver showing at the top. I do believe she is coming out with more colors, including just a plain stainless, but I don't know what color the handle would be on that. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll just be like white or something, so that way you can completely decorate it. But I know stainless or just plain stainless will be one of them, I do believe. I got my mug and I'm ready to wake up, prep these tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. I know y'all heard my washing machine go off. That's what that noise was behind me. All right, so anyways, I already put down a decal here that's 50K subs with the play button. I did like a holographic, or not holographic, but like an opal vinyl. So we're doing like pink, you know? So that's what I assume 50K gets is pink. So that's what we're doing here. But now that I have my decal down here, I decided I wanted to put a stripe of like silver running up and through it. So like silver glitter. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking my finger and I'm kind of dabbing it on. I am going to grab a paintbrush here in a second. But the silver is kind of like a nod to, you know, when I reach 100K, which I believe is a silver play button. So that's why I chose a silver glitter to kind of wrap up and around this, kind of like magical sparkles going around it, I guess. But when I used to do custom tumblers, I actually did this technique quite often, where I would make these ribbons of glitter kind of coming off of names or morphing into the decals to kind of look like it was supposed to be there. You know what I mean? So I used to do this quite often. I haven't done it in a while, so I thought I would do it with this. It's just a really neat technique to do if you can incorporate it into your design, is what I'm saying. So, you know, not all designs can have this done. I figured this was, it's like whimsical. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but if you can incorporate it into a design and make it feel like it's supposed to be a part of it, I really enjoy doing this. But I am painting but I am gluing this glitter down right over top of the decal. I just put this decal on. There's not epoxy over this decal yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do kind of like these swoopy motions with my glitter right over top of it. I'm gonna let that glue dry completely, and I'm gonna give it a spritz of my 2x Ultra Sealer, and then I'm gonna epoxy that up until it's smooth. And look at this. Isn't that cute? I just love how this turned out. It's so cute. And of course, just glitter upon glitter upon glitter. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and let that cure, and then I'm gonna move on to my drips. Now that everything is nice and smooth, I have about 20 milliliters of epoxy there. I have some fluorescent epoxy colorant and some white epoxy colorant. There we go. But I just get those from Alumilite to dye my epoxy with. I'm using the white because the fluorescent pink is very translucent, and I'm using the white to make sure that it's going to be more opaque for me. But I'm trying to match up the half pearl beads I have there from the Flint Sisters supply company over there. Very pretty, but I'm trying to match the color so that way they kind of blend in, you know what I mean? So just a little bit more fluorescent, I think. It's not going to be exact, but it'll be pretty close, I think. At first, I was going to put my sparkle dust and silver into it to give it a little bit more shine, and then I changed my mind, and I'm going to put instead this mica powder called Betty into it to kind of give it more of a shine, kind of like the half pearls are. But I think I did pretty good at matching up the coloring of it. It's pretty similar. I didn't mind that the half pearls were so much darker, you know, so it's good to me. Now, I'm just showing you here how fast it's running. That's not how fast you want it. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit until it gets the thickness. So it's getting a little bit thicker here. And I forgot to mention, I'm using a fast set epoxy for this. I like to use fast set epoxies for my drips because it makes it go quicker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically just gonna sit here and kind of babysit this until I can get it to the thickness that I want, which is gonna come up pretty fast. I think all in all, it took about 15-20 minutes before it got thick enough for me to go ahead and start putting it onto my tumbler. All right, I think that's good right there. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking it and just right on the top half, I'm gonna leave the epoxy and I'm gonna scrape off the back of my stick, and then I'm gonna flip it, and then I am going to just scrape all that epoxy off right onto the tumbler. So like that, so just take it and scrape it just like that. So the reason why I wanted to do a bubbly tumbler is because I'm really proud. Like I said, you guys know, you've been watching me from the beginning. You guys know I'm very proud of the Bubbly Witch's Brew. I've seen it go a long way. I've seen people make so many different designs from it. I'm very proud of it. And, you know, I just figured this would be a good tumbler to do that on. So I figured that's why I'm going to go ahead and make the Bubbly Witch's Brew. Or bubbly, well, it's not witches, but you know what I mean. It's not Halloween, but still like a nod to it, you know. Now, I know it's super scary thinking about using a fast setting epoxy to do your drips, but honestly, that's how I like to do it. So you just got to work very quickly. You got to make sure you're kind of in tune with, you can feel it in your hand. I don't know how, it's so hard to explain. I can feel the warmth and I know that it's ready. So I can tell by the temperature that it's ready to start being put on before it gets too difficult to put on. You know what I'm saying? I hope so. I hope I don't sound too crazy. But after I get that put on, I went ahead and hit it up with my torch because there are lots of micro bubbles in this. So I went ahead and hit it up with my torch. And then I'm just going to take the rest of that and kind of just drape it around it. Again, it's going to move very, very slowly for me. I'm not too scared of it. I'm not too scared of the fact that it's going to drip too far down. I barely even had to flip it, to be honest, you know, so because it's right at the perfect temperature where it's barely going anywhere. So after I get that dripped on, again, I'm going to come through, hit it up with my torch, getting all those little micro bubbles out because I don't want to do that after I add my pearls. I'm going to go ahead and put my stick from my wand back into the center there, and I'm going to go ahead and prep all my materials because I'm going to be doing the Bubbly Witch's Brew here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my pearls together there, and then we'll be ready to start adding those pearls on. Now, in the original video that I had posted years ago when I first came out with this, I had initially glued the pearls onto the tumbler itself and then kind of drape the epoxy over it, which works just as well. But this works too. So you could just take the pearls and press it right into the epoxy and they're not going to go anywhere. You know, they're pretty much in there. But the same concept that I'm doing here still applies. I am still going to be stacking the pearls on top of each other, giving it that bubble look. So this is a long process because I don't want to just throw them on there. I'm trying to kind of think about where I want them. I like groupings. It makes it look a little bit more organized. It makes it look a little bit nicer, so not just thrown on there. So I like groupings, especially groupings of 3. I kind of like that. Sorry, my cat's playing in some paper down there. Okay. But anyways, I like groupings of 3, and then I kind of just add from there. I'll stack, I make sure that I push it up into the epoxy, because like I said, it's dripping extremely slow, like super duper slow. So I just kind of flip it from time to time, but mostly you want that epoxy to drape over the top of your pearls. So what I like to do is I'll just come through with my finger and I'll push the pearls down in there until it hits the hard base of the tumbler, so that way that epoxy kind of drapes over the tops of those bubbles, giving it more of that realistic bubbly look. Wow, I haven't done one of these in forever. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's been a while. I've seen lots of other people do it. I've seen hundreds of other people do it, but I have not personally done one myself in a very, very long time. All right, so now I have it on my turner because I want to come through and I want this. That's it for the pearls. That's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to come through and I'm going to add some little teeny resin balls that look like bubbles. So they're very, very small. And I have to put a tray down under it because they bounce all over the place. Okay, I've used these before. I did a mermaid tumbler, I think last year, with these little beads. Now my dog was digging at the door. I just, first it's my washer, then my cat, now my dog. Anyways. So now I'm just going to sprinkle those little bubbles all over. You all right, buddy? All right, we'll go outside in a second, okay? All right. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to sprinkle those little bubbles all over it. All right, that's what I'm going to do, okay? And then I'm going to let that cure, all right? All right, I'm going to go let my little buddies outside here, and then I'll be right back. All right, so that's had plenty of time to kind of cure. I'm gonna wait another, here it is. I'm going to wait another day or so, and then I'm going to come in and I got some stuff I got to clean out. Now for all my new friends out there, it's so extremely important to clean out the inside of your cups. Super duper important. I don't even know if I have a video out there showing how to do that, but I mean, it's pretty easy. You scrape it out, clean it out. I don't know, maybe I'll make a video for my beginner friends. Anyways, this is how it turned out. Okay, my goodness. So blingy and bubbly. But yeah, 50K, that's crazy. I really like how the silver swirl around the logo. It's kind of like a nod to making my way to the, I think it's silver, right? It's silver play button. It's 100,000. Anyways, but there we go. But I'll make sure to show you guys the actual finished product, because even the lid's different. It's like a screw top lid where the straw goes in the center. Anyways, I'll show you guys that next time I come back here with my vlogs. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to be having a vlog next Sunday because it's my husband's birthday and we're going to be celebrating. So I won't have a vlog next Sunday, just so you guys know. But I think that's going to do it for me today. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, chaos boxes. I got those coming out tomorrow, I do believe. Right. Today's the last day of April. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you guys are interested, you can subscribe to it or buy a one-time box. Completely up to you. But I think that's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.